Hello everybody, it's Chris. We are on Interstate 90. We're in Pennsylvania right now. We left Niagara Falls, New York this morning, drove through western New York. We're in Pennsylvania now. We're only in Pennsylvania for a very short period of time, and then we'll enter Ohio, and we're about to do that soon. I will tell you, I am so excited about this trip. There's lots to be excited about. You're probably wondering what this is all about. I'll explain that in a minute. Let me first say, if you're new to the channel and you're into the Can-Am Spyder, please subscribe and hit that notification bell. It really helps small channels like mine. We produce a lot of Spyder related content that I think you'll be interested in. So we're headed to Ohio for a reason. We're going to go on some really cool, infamous rides that'll give us some really good video. As to the camera, when I bought the Insta360, I bought a motorcycle accessory kit that the Insta360 company sells. That kit included not only the camera, but this selfie stick. They call this the invisible selfie stick. There's a clamp mount. You can't really see it. It's hidden behind my phone. And there were a couple of other things that came with it, including a couple of sticky mounts, like this one here. That mount has been there since I bought the Insta360 in January, but I've never used it until today. I've never used it because I really don't favor the view of you kind of looking at me. I think when I watch motovlogs, I like to see what the rider sees. And the only reason I bought the Insta360 was to provide some kind of aerial, almost like drone-like footage. But I thought, I've got this sticky mount, I'll put it there. Welcome to Ohio. The heart of it all. Really? So anyway, I put it here this morning because we're going to give it a try. Okay. Hi everybody. Now let's see what it looks like when we twirl it around to see what it looks like going forward. And now we'll swing it back. That's probably the last you'll see of this view, so enjoy it. I had to stop at the Ohio Welcome Center for a quick break. Now we're going to find a place for gas right down the road here. So why am I so excited about this trip? Well, we are headed, this is going to be a 3-day adventure, and tonight we're going to stay in Zanesville, Ohio. Now, I don't know much about Zanesville, Ohio. I'm sure that if I were the mayor of Zanesville, or if I were the president of the Chamber of Commerce, I would have a long list of things that Zanesville is famous for. But one thing I do know is that Zanesville is the northern terminus for Ohio State Route 555, also known as the Triple Nickel. And that is going to be an awesome ride. You can find countless YouTube videos on the Triple Nickel. It's apparently an awesome ride, not just for motorcyclists, but also for sports car enthusiasts and whatnot. I've been wanting to do this ride for a while. I wanted a 3-day window to do it, and the weather just hasn't cooperated. Well, the weather today, tomorrow, I'm shooting this on a Monday, but the weather for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is going to be just fantastic. Beautiful blue skies, except apparently some of the Canadian wildfire smoke may come down into Ohio and western Pennsylvania. And I don't think it'll have any effect on the video. It might have some sort of effect on my respiratory system, but we'll deal with it. So, we're headed now. You know what? I was going to get off and get gas at that Shell station, but we'll get off at the next exit, which I'm sure I'll make. The Spyder tells me I've got 30 miles to go, but I know from experience that I've got a lot more than that. I don't like to push it, I don't like to test it, but I think I can do it. So anyway, today we're headed to Zanesville, Ohio. Now, I'm real excited about the riding for the next couple of the next couple of days of this trip, but I'm also excited about my stop in Zanesville. If you know anything about subliminal advertising, I'll give you a little hint about why I'm excited about it right now. But beyond Zanesville, tomorrow we're going to ride the Triple Nickel. It's about a 60-mile ride from Zanesville south to the Ohio River, and it should be awesome, awesome video. And then the fun doesn't end there, because 555 terminates, or actually I think it actually begins at the Ohio River. We're going to kind of back end into it from Zanesville, but 555 tees off at Ohio State Route 7 at the Ohio River, and it's part of what's called the Ohio River Scenic Byway. So then we're going to ride that byway up towards Wheeling, West Virginia, and that should be awesome video, riding along the Ohio River. I've never done it, but I think it'll be cool. And then when we get towards Wheeling, West Virginia, we're going to jump on the interstate onto 70, and we're going to head east towards Pittsburgh. And we're going to spend the night in Pittsburgh, and that should give us great video too, because when I was on my Florida trip, on the first leg of that trip, we left on March 19th, we went from Niagara Falls, New York to Weston, West Virginia. That was the day when I got the first suspension fault, if you remember. But my plan was to kind of take you through Pittsburgh, because it's such a beautiful city. But I was making good time and I didn't do it. But what I said was, on that first video, I believe I said, when I come back from the Florida trip, when I'm heading back home to Niagara Falls, I will make a point of riding through Pittsburgh and getting some great video of that beautiful city. But because the rock hit my radiator in Florida, it derailed the whole trip, and instead of riding home to Niagara Falls, which would have taken me through Pittsburgh, I took 95 up the East Coast. Long story, but I didn't get to go through Pittsburgh. So this trip is going to give us great video of the Triple Nickel, of the Ohio River Scenic Byway, and of beautiful downtown Pittsburgh. So the route from Niagara Falls to Zanesville is pretty easy. So we're on Interstate 90 now. We're going to follow 90 until we get to the Cleveland area, and then we're going to get off, I think it's 271. There's some loop around Cleveland. Then we're going to jump on 77. We've been on 77 before. On the Florida trip, we were on 77 through much of West Virginia and I believe Virginia. And then we're going to get on Interstate 70, and that'll take us right to Zanesville. So you can see the Insta360 is gone. My guess is it will never be screwed onto that mount again. Again, I just don't like that, you know, look where you're kind of looking in the face of the motovlogger. But some of you do, obviously, because those channels there are many channels like that that are successful. But when I'm riding a motorcycle and when I'm watching a motovlog, I want to see this. So the GoPro is always going to be the primary, as I said earlier, the primary camera, with the Insta360 as a secondary B-roll source of video. 1 mile to Interstate 70. Years ago, 20 plus years ago, I used to live in Terre Haute, Indiana, and Terre Haute sits right on Interstate 70. And we're only on 70 for a short jaunt. I forgot exactly how many miles or how many minutes, but well, what am I saying? There you go. We're 25 miles to our destination in Zanesville. So in terms of the videos from this trip, besides this video, I know the next video you see will be the triple nickel video. I know that. In terms of the Ohio River Scenic Byway and downtown Pittsburgh and anything else I might shoot, I'm still not sure of how I'm gonna chop those videos up, and I'm also not sure of how I'm gonna schedule them, because I've got some other videos that I want to put in the schedule. And so I know I'm scheduling videos every Sunday, but depending on how many I shoot on this trip, I might also infill maybe midweek videos like I did throughout my Florida trip. Now, when I referred to Zanesville earlier and said I'm sure there are a lot of things that it's famous for, I just don't know them, I did do a little research. Now, a lot of people, when they're going to visit a city, they're going to research for art galleries and museums and cultural attractions, and those are for kind of the highbrow YouTube channels. But as I pointed out in previous videos, this YouTube channel is more of like a lowbrow YouTube channel because it's my channel. So when I do research, I'm not looking for cultural attractions, theaters, that kind of stuff. And there is something that I found that Zanesville is famous for, and I'm taking you with me. Zanesville. I think you're gonna like our next stop in Zanesville.
So I lost my audio, so this is just a beautiful church we went by in Zanesville. This is an unbelievable courthouse for, I believe it's Muskingum County, Ohio. Incredible courthouse. This next place is a bridge that's called the Y Bridge because it goes over this river. I think it's the Muskingum, I think that's how I'm pronouncing that right, bridge. And it goes over it, and right here it becomes a Y. And both legs of the Y are over the water. It's just pretty cool. And of course I'm narrating all of this, but the key stop, the epitome of this trip was Tom's Ice Cream Bowl, dead ahead. And I'm just sick that my audio failed on me on this, but thankfully it did at the very end of the video. I had a great time at Tom's Ice Cream Bowl, and of course I've got to show you what I had because it's just unbelievable. They call this the Buckeye. It's caramel, it's hot fudge, and vanilla ice cream, and it was as good as it looks.